Bienvenidos a Mexico. I'm Nikki Lopez and I'm here to show you around Sayulita. I'm here with Estela. She's an architect in Sayulita and she's built many of the beautiful homes there. So we're at a site right now. So how far along is this home?
Well, it's almost 70%, and so we're hoping to have it finished in 2 more months, and we'll be able to see it again, I hope.
Great.
When we come back.
What's your favorite part about building homes here?
I guess to be in part of building is being involved with all the different kind of people that I work with and in the environment. I think that's the best part of it, and try to create these spaces for people and see that they love it at the end. That's the best part, when they're really enjoying it.
They're just beautiful spaces. And do you have a favorite that you've created?
Oh man, all of them are so particularly interesting, you know, and I can always say, oh, well, the one I'm doing right now and all that, but background, one of my first one was Casa Corazon, was one of my favorites because I really enjoyed working with Billy and Tim, which I hope I can show you that house too. But all of them are very nice to work with people and their projects. I really like them all. I mean, there's so many, I just can't really choose. You can't just build what you want. You have to play what they want as well and try to make it work and guide them correctly so they don't end up doing something, you know, that doesn't fit in the area.
Right. You never touch trees. I love that.
That's the idea, to work around them because they were here first.
That's great.
This is all dirt road.
And what are you building in here?
I'm building a house for some people, like a residential home, with a nice big pool. They like the lap, and I also remodel another house of ex-clients of mine. We did 2 casitas because the family's growing, you know, they're having grandchildren. So I'm going to show you that too. This is the property that my clients have. I had to do this retaining wall on this road going towards her property. It was just dirt, very steep. So we had a cobblestone it, and you'll be able to see how we worked around the trees. So they're protected plus, and the idea was to incorporate it with the design. And we'll touch base out. We're in a stage that not a total finish. We'll be able to see sort of like the construction part. You know how people live in cities and then they come to these open spaces. So the idea here is for them to experience this, you know, living out, right? And we're going to come into a courtyard, a beautiful courtyard with plants, and it's going to be covered with that stone floor over there. There's going to be a bridge here to go to an open terrace. There's 2 bedrooms on the site, but the main downstairs or the living room is down there. The property starts going down, 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 and this is why the retaining walls, the paths going down to go to the lower levels. And so to protect the trees and their levels, we had to, you know, play with this. These are really huge spaces in a way in this project particularly, but and we'll be able to see some, but this is something that they wanted sort of more open. That's her little gym because it's going to be wood floor. She also wants a vegetable garden. I'm going to start pretty soon landscaping here too, because it's just to get it started, to feel, you know, with smaller plants, because they have the big plants. I'm just going to get some foliage around and all that.
And how do they find you?
Word of mouth, and it's great. I don't even think I need to do more than that, you know, because I don't want to get too crazy.
You don't want to be crazy.
Yeah. Coming in early in the morning, you'll see raccoons or possums or ¿cómo se llama? Tejones. I don't know how tejones walking through. just look at the view because I always like this view coming in through the the door.
So you built this 10 years ago.
10 years
10
ago.
years ago. Yeah.
And how did you find Estela?
We just looked around at the most beautiful houses we could find and asked who the architect was. Estela was the only one that had the aesthetic that we appreciated.
Casa Alcantilado. They asked me to do an elevator, which worked out okay. And then this year they asked me to do 2 casitas because your family's growing. The cupola is very refreshing and very Mexican. I do the ring, the concrete ring, and then they start putting the corners. And there's one guy over here, one on the, and then they switch, and they start getting closer, closer, closer until they close up. And structurally talking, that's one of the best strengths because it's in this half circle. So it's really unique. With a little terrace and where it's private, they can have their guests without.
So they're doing this so that they can have guests stay with them?
So that was the idea.
Nice.
So they both, there's one house this side, there's one exactly the same, just inverted,
Perfect.
Isn't it something?
Oh my gosh, it's a
But
tree house.
we can't go in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a pretty good hike. Going all the way down.
All the way down to the beach.
I love this place.
And this is a 1-bedroom house?
1 bedroom, it's just one casita with a tiny little kitchen right here, the bathroom over there. And Steve wanted to do this just to have the feeling of living here and then later do more probably, but for now this was just perfect.